guys, how are you all? Today I'm doing my review for Sword Art Online episode 4. So the Hero Kid and I were talking about this and there wasn't much going on in Sword Art Online, and I was like, you know what, I should just probably drop the video reviews and wait for a few episodes to go on before I actually decide to review anything. But then stuff kind of happened in episode 4, so I was like, you know what, this episode was pretty exciting. I liked it quite a bit, so I'm gonna give my thoughts on that today. Episode 4 is that episode that you've been waiting for, that eases you into that Gun Gale Online world, the gaming stuff. Kirito's avatar gets carried over, he looks like a girl. It's pretty cute, I think. I know a lot of the guys watching were kind of uncomfortable because they were like, oh my god, Kirito looks like a girl now, what the frick, and why does he act like a girl in front of Sinon? But I actually think that how Kirito's been transferred over, I feel like he's gonna get a lot more female fans because he looks kind of like Bishonen, sort of. He makes a pretty cute girl, and at the beginning he does pretend to be a girl because he needs Sinon's help with some stuff. Sinon does take him through the basics of everything, and Kirito's never actually used a gun in any sort of gaming world. He's more of a sword, combat hand-to-hand kind of person. GGO is totally different from the normal fantasy worlds that Kirito is used to. GGO is a lot more steampunk, gritty, down-to-earth. The landscape and the animation was really cool. I love to see how the world is painted and done. The design is very gray and kind of industrial looking, but it's a really cool contrast to the aesthetic we've seen in Alfheim and what we've seen in SAO that were more fantasy styled. A lot of people didn't think episode 4 was that interesting, but I actually kind of liked it. I don't know if it's because Kirito was kind of doing a little bit of a shopping spree with his Gun Gale Online stuff and trying to pick out equipment and whatnot. The cool thing was seeing how Kirito's skills and his reflexes kind of carry over into a different game, and everyone's kind of stunned that this beginner newbie kind of female character is so skilled, and he just earns a bunch of cash right away just because he plays one of these reflex games. So the whole thing with Kirito looking like a girl isn't just a character twist up to kind of get more fans or garner more attention to the character or the show. Because of Sinon's backstory, she kind of has an aversion to guys, and because GGO is a very male-oriented kind of game, and even Sinon says there aren't a lot of female players in GGO, Sinon's probably kind of turned off by how many guys are usually hitting on her or whatnot because she's so skilled and she looks really awesome and really cool. Sinon's definitely a lot more comfortable in front of Kirito just because she thinks that Kirito is a girl right now. By the time she actually figures out that Kirito is a guy, they'll probably have gotten past the preliminary stuff and they have some sort of report already established, so that'll kind of go from there. But right now, Sinon just thinks that she's made a really awesome new friend. I think if Kirito was actually a girl, I think they could have been really awesome best friends. Even if Kirito's not a girl, I think they'll end up as really close friends, obviously, because they're very similar kind of gamers. My favorite part of episode 4 was just getting to see how the Gun Gale Online world is constructed. The thing that Sinon and Kirito are both going for is the Bullet of Bullets tournament. I think it's a really high profile kind of tournament. I'll be looking forward to seeing how Kirito actually fights, because when Kirito picks up a weapon, it's always a sword. And even in a game called Gun Gale Online, he chooses to use a sword. And from a regular player's perspective, they'd probably be like, that's really stupid because people are firing at you from 50 meters and you're trying to charge up to them and hit them physically, that's not gonna work. But Kirito is a very skilled player. He's totally badass with a sword, so he's totally comfortable with that, and it's gonna be interesting to see how he actually sneaks up on his enemies and takes down people who are trying to shoot him from long distance. Once we get into the Bullet of Bullets tournament, I'm gonna be interested in how they're gonna choreograph a lot of the battle and the combat movements, how the angles are gonna come into play. If there's any teamwork involved, I want to see how Sinon and Kirito are gonna team up together just because they have very, very different fighting styles. I would actually kind of also like to see Kirito and Sinon meet in real life to see how their characters would kind of interact. I feel like they're both generally more quiet in the real world. As well, some of the supporting characters I know are going to show up. They're gonna watch Kirito in the tournament. Asuna's probably thinking right now, damn, my husband right now just looks so much cuter than I do. And Kirito just looks like a grown version of Yui, if you guys haven't kind of picked that up. Because Yui already looks like a mesh of Kirito and Asuna because she's supposed to be their daughter. And then Kirito with long hair could be Yui's older sister. I don't know, that's just kind of a little character thing I picked up. Anyways, these are my thoughts on Sword Art Online GGO Season 2, Episode 4. If you guys like this, don't forget to hit like or subscribe. Leave a comment below on what you guys think of the GGO world so far. What are you guys looking forward to? Is it living up to your expectations? And are you kind of feeling Kirito as a girl, or does he just kind of creep you out because he's a trap? Anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye!